Alright, guys, welcome to Talk to the Town. This is our first episode, and my name is Ebby. By my right, I have
I'm Jay.
Boba,
Michael.
Shush.
and apparently we are Talk to the Town.
I don't know for what this party.
Anyway, our first topic, yes, chill. Our first topic is supposed to be about like moving to the UK, like transitioning from
Nigeria to the UK.
from our motherland, to the UK. So basically, everybody's supposed to talk about like how their experiences have been, because like everybody has had different experiences.
Yeah,
So
no doubt.
I don't know. Do you guys want to do rock paper scissors to do who starts first?
I don't think we need to do that. Like Jay can just go first because like he's your co-host now,
Yeah.
so you can just be.
I'm like, cool. So let's hear what you.
I feel like he has.
We have questions though, but like, I feel like everybody should just give like a short rundown of their experience so far.
Okay.
Like you tell your sorry, real quick. You give like how long you've been in the UK for.
Let's not do how long. They'll start rating our distance. So let's not do how
just
long.
give your
Let's do our
experience so
far.
far. Yeah, just,
So,
You don't have to go into detail.
No, you know the funny thing.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, let me go first.
Okay, basically I moved to the UK because of like my master's program and shit. But did I really want to do a master's program?
No.
That's a very, very big question.
Anyways, yeah, but like obviously what I'm doing is like in line. So yeah, basically it's been mixed feelings. It has been good times, bad times. But at the end of the day, I feel like the relationships I've created and like people I've met so far have like made the experience a whole lot better. But one thing I would say is coming to the UK for relocating, like for relocation purposes and like coming on holiday are two entirely different like realities. So I feel like that shift has been important for me because having the mindset of holidays and like bro, you're actually here to be here. It's like a whole different reality shift.
And what you see on social media is actually no.
Yeah, I feel like we'll get it in that later. But yeah, that's my experience is a bit of mixed feelings. So Jay, just give us your experience.
My own journey transitioning into the UK started after the 2023 election. Immediately I saw that Tinubu was having hope of winning. Well, he was having hope of winning the election. I just rang Michael Alpha.
And they come up.
The next day, we pulled up to our uni and we collected our certificates, and that was when we started the whole processing. And I was like, nah, this man is not going to be president over me. I'm going to move. And that was how the process started. It was going smoothly until when they announced this man. They announced this man, and immediately this man cancelled subsidy, cancelled everything, and then everything just became hard all of a sudden, you know. Exchange rates when you want to like pay tuition fee and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I think we need to get into that.
Was actually a lot. I'm not even going to lie, like
Yeah.
because we already had the money at hand, and we're like, okay, well, we just pay this money. Okay, actually, we're even waiting for the rates to drop. Silly me. I was using prediction forex. I was like, wait, let's wait. I was telling my dad, let's wait. The rates will drop, and then the rates just kept going up.
Yeah, one time said now faith with these they push the whole price thing down.
I said,
Yeah, babe, calm down now, calm down.
I'm not even going to lie. It was really, really crazy. But like, it's been a journey of mixed emotions. Sometimes you're happy, and sometimes you're just like, is it really worth it? You know, like that's been my experience. Like in summary.
So would you say it has been good or like a bad experience?
Overall, like thinking of where I'm thinking of where I'm coming from. I think it's actually a good experience. I'm not gonna say that. It's actually a good experience so far. Though there are some downtimes when you feel like, nah, assuming this was
No,
not
generally, I feel like those downtimes are normal.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Now the thing is, yeah, having like downtime is normal, but like the downtime is actually something that is easily controllable. You know, if it was like in a place like Nigeria, there's a way I would handle it, but like here, you just have to be careful. You can't
That's not
just
share yourself.
you can't just behave the way you would behave if it was like back home. You get me?
True.
So that's it.
Um, the reason for my transition is really clear as to do with the economy. Really. But before then, I knew from the start I was going to be in the UK. Part of me is British, but
Right. I don't think the audience will be able to hear you doing that.
Oh my
So
God.
it's like I'm trying to like
Just
talk there.
They use bedroom voice.
so before I came to the UK, like I had an idea that I was going to transition to the UK was like long past because I knew I was going to come to the UK to even start off. But one of the biggest pushes is the economy really. The economy back home because of the current government. It was so terrible at the point in time. Before the current government came into, I was into post and I knew that I was going to leave because there was no way I and the current government was going to be like, live in the same country.
As in, same day.
it was literally during our time that a lot of things just
Yeah, I
they
knew
stopped from A and everything. So it was crazy. I can't even lie. It was crazy.
some of the youths actually saw it coming, so it was bound to happen and you have to like look
I
out
feel
for
like I
yourself.
have a question from this shit, but like, when we keep going.
Yeah. So I have to look out for myself and all that. So I just had to. Anyway, I was going to continue my education because I personally like education. I like the idea of education, but
Professor Shush.
but when I get to the school, oh my god, I won't even lie. I'm
No,
terrible
you
at
see
reading, but I
it.
like the idea of education.
Like I remember your first lecture.
My
Your first lecture.
my first lecture was
Mohammed.
terrible.
Mohammed.
It was terrible. It was like just being like how can I put it? It's like being a traditional worshiper or something like, and then stepping into somewhere and then you see people speaking in tongues. It was like I was like, where am I? I know that.
My first lecture was
hard.
Vim.
Then they
Yeah.
Oh,
My first
Vim is
lecture
always
was
cracking
it
jokes.
was
You guys are really doing it too. Like, don't worry, just give us the rundown first.
Yeah,
We
but-
have like questions to ask.
Okay. Yeah, but since I've been in the UK, there have been some downtime. I understand why however, like I understand why people in the UK feel sad sometimes. The vibes in Nigeria is so high, but yeah, when the vibes is like you have to minimize your vibes. You don't have to. We don't
You need
do
to
too
calm
much.
down.
Yes,
You need to calm
I
down.
want to ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Based off that, do you think it is about the vibes per se or like the people? Because if you deep it,
Yeah.
the vibe back in night is a vibe because
Because of the people, yeah, the people, yeah.
Yeah, you know what they
Yeah.
say. The people make a nation, and the people make whatever. So it's not for every country. The vibe is based on the people.
Yeah.
The vibe in Nigeria is like so high. We are high energy people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like everybody's always
No,
in their own.
I'll disagree with you on that. Because I feel like it's the system here. In Nigeria, we are based on community.
Yeah.
You get. But here, they are based on individualism.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do their
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
by themselves.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, you can literally survive even if you are from like a different.
I don't know about that one. I don't know
And to be
about
fair,
that
yeah.
You can
And to be
survive
fair.
even if you are. You know how many people from outside Nigeria that are actually surviving? Like there are people that
Yeah.
have been in Nigeria for 15 years
Well,
and they are doing good.
Good, yeah.
If they come outside, you cannot tell that this person is from this so place
I feel
because
like-
everybody feels like okay, so far as you're in Nigeria, like you are in the system. Do you get? But here, everybody is doing their stuff like individual Get me?
I feel like everyone is also trying to like mind their business because like you can have a neighbor and like no one
Yeah, they don't
know who your neighbor
about
is for like the amount of time like
Yeah,
you're
I
staying
think
in the house.
that's
And in Nigeria, you can just come out. You can just come out of your house.
Stuff.
You can just come out of your house and you see Ashikura like selling beans and bread.
Carol.
Like,
But
like,
do you
those kind
agree
of
that
stuff, yeah.
there are parts of marriage where that's
Minding your business.
It's not that. Yeah, it's not that strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like gated communities, like
Estates.
and the people that are staying there. That's the kind of lifestyle
They want.
The ones, yeah, exactly.
I won't necessarily say
You cannot be coming from Ikorodu where we are based on
I won't say
community.
And just a smaller population of.
Then you
I
now
won't necessarily say that's the kind of lifestyle you want. For instance, I'll give you a very perfect example. Let's say your parents, most of us,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's say I stay in a location that is not per your choosing, but you shall did there,
Yeah.
and like the vibe is the way the vibe is. People don't really communicate. You don't know your neighbor, but like that's what you want, but that's where you are. I dey try to explain my situation because I don't think I know any of my neighbors.
To be fair, because I feel like
I don't think I know any of my neighbors.
Well,
But like, and it's not because I don't want to know them.
Because of your
Because
parents.
that's
But
where
like,
that's
that's
where I
the way
find
it
myself.
is.
Yeah. And also because of
just
your
do
parents,
their thing,
basically.
and, like everybody's on their own. So I feel like it's more the modernization of things.
Yeah.
G gets everybody's
The area you see also like determine.
but
the thing
Determine.
the
Yeah.
deep African Nige mentality, like everybody knows everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
It's a community.
Mhm.
Iyashukura knows Iyabose.
Yeah.
They know the gist, they know what's happening in the community, but like as evolution is happening, people are growing. Like
Yeah.
everybody wants to keep to themselves, everybody wants to hide behind their parents. But yeah, Mark your house.
Yeah, well, I actually understand. I understand that point you just struck because, like, the way technology is coming. Like, what do I want to do with my neighbor when I have PlayStation in my room? I can play game all day. If I get tired of playing game, I can watch.
And
Netflix.
even the fact that you can even
If
play
I'm tired of
online,
like when we were growing up, like once you press your phone and your phone is dead.
Oh, you're talking about when you were younger.
Oh,
What
man.
did you have phone?
Even when you were young, you didn't even have time to even press phone.
But like if you actually deep it too, I feel like it's people that are actually making it that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Deep down, the whole community thing is what we know ourselves from. But like this individuality, there are some people that are just like that, and I feel like that's what most people stay in, like all this gated estate and stuff like that. That's what they want. They just want to like be on their own. They don't want any disturbance and stuff like that. Do you get? Because why would somebody be creating content in the estate and then you go and report to the person that why is the person taking a picture? Something like that. Those are the kind of things.
Let me
that happen.
carry it to another angle.
Whereas in our normal community, you bring out your phone.
What do you know? Normal community.
I just post for you.
Sharing your videos.
Okay, now do this. Imagine, okay, those gated communities here, they were created for a reason. Wow.
Yeah.
Most times, if you deep it, they were created for security purposes. Okay,
Privacy, because
Yeah.
yes, now
that's the main thing. Because
So-
if you want to visit them, you have to like get code. You have to get code. So that's the main thing.
So one thing leads to another. Like, it's not like it happens for the sake of it. If they were not like at the end of the day, if you realize I feel like most people that stay in all these gated communities, the reason why we keep to ourselves is because at the end of the day we don't trust the next person.
Yeah.
Do you get? You don't know what the next person is doing.
Yeah.
So that's is the situation of the country basically. One thing has led to another. One action leads to the reaction.
I feel like even at that self, even people that are saying, oh yeah, I'm living in a gated community like an estate, like type shit. I feel like everyone have lived in a local area
Real
before.
quick.
Yeah.
You guys know that we have shifted. But so before we go,
No, we're still online. Yeah, we're still online.
I want everybody to be able to give their experience first before we shift. You get it? So Michael, just give your experience real quick.
Wow. Yeah, so apparently, like,
Did Michael said the ball in the 60.
My girl's experience was actually
experience,
crazy. I'm not even going to lie. I understand where the wow was.
Wow, exactly. You know, we sabi, but like,
the why is,
No, but
is
you have
coming.
time, you have time.
The why is coming from a place of man.
the man.
Oh,
His journey is even
since
way.
Michael is going to take holiday.
Because to be honest, like that's just the actual truth. Like,
Yeah,
should
yeah.
just say like if I'm like going to like say everything that happened like with my journey in details like coming like over here to the UK, trust me, it's a lot. Like, and I don't think we're going to even leave it like this night.
Oh, bro.
Like, it's a big lot. But yeah, my transitioning to the UK has been good. It's been good, and you know, having to come and do masters wasn't my thing. I can't lie to you. Let's not lie to each other. Even me coming to do masters was just on it. We all know now. Let's not go like deep into it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, apparently I had to leave now. And you know, coming to the UK has been good and awesome. Can't even lie. But like another phase was when I had to like go to classes, catch the train, catching the bus, people like different people, different mentality, different cultures. It's just been crazy to be honest. But yeah, I feel like we're getting there. This is the start of something, and you know, this is not the end of it. Yeah, but like we're Gucci, and
We mount 100.
we mount 100. You know,
So,
yeah.
That's nice.
So,
Big mom.
Ops.
Overall, what would you rate it? Would you give it good? Would you give it bad? Do you want to give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
On the scale of 1 to 10, I feel like I'll give it a 7.
7.
Fair enough.
That's pretty good now.
Fair enough.
Yeah. As it's better than where I'm coming from, you know.
I feel like that's like a common.
It depends on the aspect of where you're coming from.
Yeah, actually, it depends on where you're coming from.
It's way better than where I'm coming from. And like I said, while I was in Nigeria, I was doing a customer care job, and trust me, if you don't go to work for, you know, like let's say 2 days, you know what will happen to you. Let's not even dive into that.
Man,
now,
them
say.
sent me space sleep. I'm like, bro.
Oh, it's crazy
Money
because
that can buy data.
at the end of the day, if I don't like going to like to ourselves, when you collect that salary, it doesn't even last like 2 days because they are debts on ground already, like for it to like cover up. So yeah, fair enough. So like, obs, I feel like this is over to you because I feel like I've set my path, and yeah.
So yeah, for me, transitioning to the UK. Well, I never want to be in the UK. First of all, I never want to be in the UK. I've always wanted to be in Dallas about
We're getting smart.
yeah.
I got American.
But
My
as
guy want drink.
as you have it,
American baby.
I tried going to the UK and then I got shanked. Yeah, I got shanked in the sense that I applied to study cybersecurity and digital forensics at the University of Dallas. Sorry for putting out the name of the school, but anyways, I got shanked. I was told to reapply, but
Why did you
just-
shake you?
I think that's how the system is because I was supposed to resume in April, yeah, and then I didn't get an application until like the slot I got was for August, and I was supposed to resume in April. But later on, after like series of application and everything, I still got I got an application for March 3rd. I went for the application. It was far away from my house. I had to even go to a friend's place, family friend's place, and then sleep there. Went for the application. I even took Snap. I went to Baba the day before.
Finance.
The day before the application, I made Snap that 3 hours to my application, thinking that yeah.
So shit, everywhere don't stop.
You want to do TikTok content. Yeah, need to touch Baba.
I got there, I think around like 5 a.m., went through different securities and everything. Got there, the person in front of me, they told the person you have to rap. Even way before that, there was a family, and then there was a lady, I think she just got married, like December. She wanted to like go meet her husband in US, yeah. She got denied. I was just thinking that, basically she just got married and everything. But As God will have it, man. I got denied, and then
Oh my
I was.
Child.
I was it's not bad now because if I get denied, I'm not going to meet you now.
Nah, immigration officer
Apparently,
Yeah.
God actually has his way of
Yeah,
doing
true.
things.
That's just
yeah,
way of doing
true
things. So basically, I got even before I got denied, the girl in front of me, like, she was supposed to see the counselor, and then she was pointing at me. I should go for. I was like, you go collect your bills before I chop my own. So she got denied also, and then I got
Oh my
denied.
days.
After everything, also.
Now it's
And then the counselor was like, "Oh, you have to reapply." I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you." And then I collected the
with
form.
which
Just-
money? You still have to reapply. Like
Yes,
say
I
92
was
days.
I didn't even expect they were going to give me, so I wasn't surprised. I collected the form and then I just left. And then I started like applying to UK because I felt like, oh, UK, it's way, looking at the things, it's way better actually to like study and also. So basically, I just started like applying to study in the UK, firstly in London, but my siblings were like, oh, I should still like reapply, but basically because of like, man, this PTSD of getting denied again, I didn't even respond to them. But I applied to UK and then I got the admission and everything. Traveling to this place. I think a week after I got in, I and Michael were in school. That was when I got my first job, and it has been pretty chill ever since. And I can say life has been better.
And I remember the first day I met you,
You decrease. Oh, that was when we were going for party.
bro.
No, it was not the first day. We met in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, before going for the
That,
party.
I think it was
We
me.
were going to Debbie's
Debbie's place, yeah.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
after we're done in class, I and Debbie went to like get something. So
Yeah, I
I can't remember.
remember. Nah, the
Oh.
day I met IK was the day I was struggling with coursework. Submitted late. Yes, no, I submitted late. I was thinking it was like
Pen test or
it was
Information security.
Vin. It was Vin, yeah.
what?
I was thinking it was like 12 midnight. I didn't know it was like
12
12 p.m.
Oh, by the way, in case like you guys are wondering, like we all met in school.
In uni,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
met in uni.
I think okay, so this.
Oh, this
those of you
too.
that
Michael.
for those of you that are listening,
This
there
thing,
are two people that
They grew up
it's a
together.
complicated family tree
Very
because
sweet.
They
and
grew
good
family
relationship.
tree
Yeah,
that
and extended
that was a
family.
very strange relationship.
Don't spoil it for us, please.
But yeah. Anyways, so far everybody's saying that like it's been a decent experience.
Yeah, actually.
Equal
it's been
share
very,
of
very-
like shiggy.
And the shake is minimal. The thing is,
Actually,
the
shake
shake
what do you mean?
Just if we can hold on.
It's in words, guys.
Take your watch
Shiggy.
back because I feel like I feel like if I was to say everything that happened to me, hey, Shiggy
Let's
is
invest.
Shiggy
For those of you that are listening, I might not understand certain terms. Shiggy is in Nigerian slang for
Problem.
an
Suffering.
insane amount of suffering.
a strong one, a very strong one,
Shiggy
Man,
is a
class
strong term
strong term.
for I have gone through a lot.
We'll
For
put some
problem.
title for them.
Ew.
What I have
Even
gone
non-Nigerians will be able to understand what we're
It's
saying.
quite
With
deep.
them lots.
Yeah,
That's
very
what
big, yeah.
Shiggy means. So yeah.
I feel like we cannot be the only person like facing the same things because I feel like other people from like different
Yeah.
countries as
Oh
well.
no, definitely. But like
Definitely.
the term shege,
Yeah.
as per based on the term, is a Nigerian term for you've been through a lot,
A lot, yeah.
basically. And the lot you've been through, it requires a deep term.
A very deep
Based
taste.
on yeah. But basically, we've all had mixed experiences, more or less.
Yeah.
But so this question, I feel like this question is there are going to be multiple answers, but real quick, why did you guys choose the UK? Like obviously there are different other countries that we could have decided to like relocate to or move to or not, whatever. I'm pretty sure we probably applied to a couple of countries, but why did we choose the UK? For me personally, I feel like I chose the UK because I think I have more familiarity with the country, number one. And I would say I have more like family members that I am familiar with in the sense that we have a good relationship. Like were tight.
Yeah.
So like it will help my process.
Yeah, sure.
That was the major. And I would not like. I thought I came with the mindset that coming on, like obviously having come on holidays a couple of times, like I felt like it was chill. Like
Wow. So you've been here on holidays before?
yeah.
That's
Senior
awesome.
man don't play. It's gonna learn.
So I came to
Who is British, bro?
My holidays always
I know.
I was always going to Japan.
So where they stay normally?
Nah,
Where they stay normally?
Nah, I KD boy now.
Don't do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I was still.
And then they go Yanapada for vacation.
Bro.
Yeah, no.
Don't play.
That's no vacation, bro.
Anyway, so yeah, I came to keep that like it was basically a smooth, but
Maybe they go from Songo to a
I was
For
able
vacation.
If you come on mainland to island, the vacation is
Bro, now see vacation on anyone.
But yeah, that's my reasoning behind. That's my why did I choose UK.
Well, for me, the process of moving to the UK was like pretty straightforward.
It was
Like,
seamless.
once you press we are playing. Like it was very, very straightforward. And then our uni was like of great help to us now.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
straight up. From you didn't need to like ask
Yeah,
anybody
yeah.
what am I doing here. What
True.
it was very, very straightforward. Like
True.
everything was. That's like one of the simplest processing to like do for.
Right for
That's right.
which
Assuming
say your
our
school was helpful, like
assuming our uni was paying us now like this, would have mentioned their name.
Yeah, true that. True
They are
that.
not paying us for sponsorship, so we can't mention their
Nobody.
name.
let's see
I want to graduate.
with J and Michael. If you guys can recognize
What-
alumni,
What do you mean? And I want to graduate.
You want to graduate?
Did I pay tuition fee? I paid it.
I don't.
I
You don't
paid in
mention your
full.
schools.
You know how many emails I received that if I don't pay, they will send it back. And you are telling me that I will not
they are
graduate.
anonymously tagging you guys.
Would have actually mentioned the name of the uni, but like we are not paid. We paid tuition. They didn't give us discounts that will make us to mention their name here.
But I mean, yeah,
They should send funds.
Yeah, but based on what you guys, the two of you guys, like, sorry, you guys said, like, I'm more about that because family, and then it was easy getting.
Like the process was too. It was
Unlike getting to, or like trying to apply to other
countries.
universities, other projects. There's a goal to your end.
Because I wanted
to your
to. Because I think I told you at the point I was thinking Poland because I was looking at their tuition fee. 1,000 euro per year.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll pay this thing off my pockets now.
Yeah.
Do you get? I was like, I'll easily pay this one off my pockets now. But like then I went to, cause I don't take step without doing
Making
research.
research, yeah.
Then I went to YouTube to go. Then I saw that people were waiting 6 months to get this
Yeah.
for.
This application.
I feel like it's like that for.
I was like, why do I have to go through this stress when I can just
Yeah.
press buttons and then I'll be in. So
I think the universities in UK, like, they actually, what's it called? They respond well.
Yeah, fast
Yeah, fast
action.
time.
yeah,
Fast.
true that.
They
And
even,
also-
they even
also
keep
like-
tabs on.
Because it was the
Keep
year.
tabs.
Even the UK VR like makes it more
The
easier.
day I submitted my
It makes
application was
it
the
make
day I
it more
got my
easier for
admission.
like you to
Was-
track
was it?
yourself.
I got
and-
my-
It's very fast, yeah.
Yeah.
Migrating
I think
to
I
the
know it's
UK
very
is a
fast.
bit easier.
Yeah.
Easier than other countries. Yeah.
Trust me, nice.
Which
I feel like UK VR just makes it very easy for you to like.
I know sometimes when people
So far you have
when
been
you're
doing
looking
a lot
at
of
it
those
from,
stuff.
like, when you're looking at it from like social media, a lot of people probably painted like, oh, you're coming to the UK, you're coming to war or something like, oh, this is Russia or
Yeah.
Putin or something like that. But it's not as terrible. At the point in time, you go, like, it takes time to like ease into the economy. now.
Yeah.
True that. True
But
that. True
in
that.
time you
That's
get
if
through
that's
that.
if you know what you're doing.
So you have to
That's why I will not advise anybody. I will not advise anybody
just to
to
come
leave
blindsided.
to leave Nigeria without like
having somebody that you can
or
talk to.
leave your country without like having a concrete plan. You have to have like an entry plan. You have to have like an exit plan because I'm very sure all of us we are not planning to stay here for the rest of our lives. Now,
And
because
true.
I can't even deal with the winter sometimes. Like,
The weather is
very,
the
very
weather is
crazy.
actually, but we should
Like-
speak about the weather here. But the case is,
It can be very, very crazy. I can't even like.
as my bro said, like, it's not about like, and I think if you're coming to this country, you're new, you're GJC or as we call it, yeah, you have to like be open to the idea of speaking to other people. You have to speak to other people, learn from them, try to get their experience, and it will make it easier for you to use it. Some of the jobs I got was because I spoke to other people.
I'll
It's
not
because,
lie.
like,
I'll not lie.
you have to
From
be
referral,
open to the
yeah.
idea
I'm
of-
not lying.
Yeah.
The 2 jobs I've done in this
Yeah.
country,
It's from referral.
I did not submit my application.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like,
get
it
any
was.
jobs.
So
it
you
was-
have to be open
it
to
was
the
referral.
You have to be
It was
open to the
referral.
idea of speaking to
You
them.
get, because if you think you are going to like keep on applying or more,
The
It
case,
will show
yeah.
you
Sometimes you might have all the you might have all the
Unfortunately, we take
people have the
everything.
financial what's it called. You can have all the finance in the world to like go through it on your own, but it's
Yeah.
quite advisable for you to not be like one man mopo or it's
Yeah.
all one man.
If you're on your own,
so it's better to speak to
just-
people.
And I can remember like Jay, you said something earlier about like having to like plan before coming to the UK.
Yeah.
Like so like there's a friend of mine that told me one time, I think we were at work and he said something about like one of his other friend coming to the UK like but doesn't have an apartment but like wants to come ESA because he has gotten the admission and you know the UK has actually granted him the visa and all of that, but he does not have like a place to stay. So apparently he was like talking to one of his other friend and saying that you know like if he could like pay money for him to just stay in the apartment and all of that. So apparently I feel like it's not about like you know staying with someone because at the end of the day people like misuse the opportunity and you know want to tend to just stay there and just be there because most people now like find it really hard to help people because of the fact that when you stay with them they tend to like you know
They feel comfortable.
feel comfortable and they want to like find their own space and all of that because many people do it and trust me like that's why it was really hard because he had to like come to me and was like, oh bro, like so what's going on here? Like this was a person is just trying to like tell me this and tell me. I'm like, bro, like it depends on you. If you feel like you are able to like do it help and if you don't, you know, you just forget about it and just let the person know and just come straight because I feel like you really have to have a plan. Like even if it's just like 2 months or 3 months rent, just save it aside. It's like save you a lot of good and you know all of that stuff. What do you say?
The
How
plan.
much 3 months rent is?
But
Yeah, it's not easy to be honest, but I feel like it will save you the
It's not
stress.
easy, but you know.
And I feel like before that 3 months, if you know what
Yeah,
you're doing,
you
because
get
trust me,
a job.
when I got to the UK, it took me about like 2 months for me to get my job, like first 3 months, thereabouts.
I will not lie.
Job.
I moved in September. I got my job in November. Like I got my first job in November.
But you know
like,
that
As at then, I had even run out of the.
when it comes to
the
that,
naira, I had run out of the naira I brought. And the funny thing is, I was because I'm very strict like money management. As at that time when I entered, I was like, you can't. The thing is, before I would spend, because I didn't convert the money to pounds immediately. I left the money in naira. So before I would go through the stress of converting, the first thing is it even worth it?
You know what it is, yeah.
Do you get? I just think is it worth it? Before I will now say okay, let me convert it. And talking about having a plan when you are coming to the UK. The plan is just a framework because when you reach here, UK will scatter your plan.
Scatter your plan.
Definitely
Yeah.
gonna change.
But trust me, if
the
you have
plan
an
is-
apartment, -1. Because if you
You
have an
have
apartment,
other things to think of.
you have other things to think of other than an apartment,
Sure,
or having to score with someone.
That's part.
That's one of the main
Anybody that is
things you
com-
can
anybody that
actually
is
do to
coming-
yourself.
Anybody that's coming here, like now, obviously, let me say I'm into agency, blah 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 blah, application and everything. I was talking with someone yesterday, and then I was like, "Oh, you coming to this place? I feel the best thing for you to do is just get the money for like 2 months for application, for like accommodation. Yeah, probably you're paying 460 or 500 anything.
Yeah.
Just get that for like 2 months plus
2 months,
deposit
yeah.
and everything, and then add that to whatever money you're getting for your tuition fee and flight fee and everything. Add it to that, basically because okay, you get in here, you don't have to like stress about accommodation for like 2 months. You'll be straight with your lectures or whatsoever, and then obviously you have to get a job.
And the market is actually very.
Well, you know what?
Job market is crazy.
On that job conversation,
Yeah.
G said something. G was like, you got a job. You came in September.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
got a job
People
November.
are actually
You
I
different.
came September.
You came September.
I didn't get a job.
Got a job by November.
People are actually
Now I
different.
feel like that reality, like you got a job in 2 months,
Yeah.
and bro, I'm happy for you, like man.
There's
Do
people
you
that
know
actually
there are
stay more.
there are people
There are people that actually stay more than
That's
that.
when, yeah, up to
Six,
like
6
4, 5
Yeah,
months.
before you
Yeah.
get
See,
job.
Yeah.
the thing
Yeah,
is,
that's
the
the
thing
thing.
is, everybody's reality is different.
It's different.
Yeah,
Exactly.
There are
You
some
can
people
come to the
that
UK today and get a job tomorrow.
there are some people that even
Just
before
for just for
they,
love.
some people
Just
even
for
before
love.
they
I
arrive,
can't lie, yeah.
some people even before they arrive,
I don't really, bro.
I got a
So
job in a
except you be making moves
Yeah.
before you.
some people even before they arrive,
Even the moves
they
that
bag
you are making.
their job already.
I feel it's
You
actually
get-
the connection.
Some
Because
people-
some people apply before they get here.
I applied before I got here, but
They keep applying before they
Bro.
get here, and they might probably land a job.
Let's not
Yeah,
deceive
That's the
ourselves.
thing. Some
It
that's
is not really visible.
That's the thing. It's not visible.
It's
You
not
can
visible
make
for you to
500
say.
applications and then you not get
And
anything.
unfortunately,
And
go
I'll
one
put
kill your
my
papa.
That's
Unfortunately, go kill you.
That's the thing. I can put my Indeed. They have different pending application.
That's-
The job
that-
I have today is not from Indeed. Indeed told me, unfortunately, and then the company sends me a text that, oh, what time will I be ready for like an interview and everything. That's
Imagine.
Fair enough.
And you need to see, unfortunately.
that's why I said everybody's reality is different.
Yeah, it's actually different.
The 2 jobs I've done in this country, the first one they interviewed me on WhatsApp. They interviewed me on WhatsApp, and after they asked me, oh yeah, Alpha,
When you ready?
when are you going to come and start?
Hey, you
Do
come.
you get? When are you going to start? Do you get? That's why I said everybody's reality is different.
It's
Some
actually
people,
different.
some people enter and immediately they enter,
They go
or
in.
before they enter,
That's
say
the
they already bagged a
It's
job.
it's
yeah.
long.
And
It's
then
long, actually.
they start working. Then when your NI is ready, that's when the employer pays you.
Pays you,
Like
yeah.
it's different. The reality is different for everybody.
Yeah.
Then there are some people that have to wait 6 months.
5 months.
Some people wait a year,
Yeah, before
Yeah,
you-
before
and they
they get
still
that.
don't get that. I applied to car wash.
Was it Joe Boys?
This hand car wash that is.
Hand car wash, yeah,
I applied to car wash because I was frustrated. I'm not going to lie to
Yeah,
you.
that's the thing, because you have to pay bills and everything.
I printed my CV in uni. See me at city center, you think I'm sharing pamphlets.
Based
I
on
was
what?
asking people, do you
Based on
have
what
do you get?
Yeah, that's how crazy it is.
So that's
It depends on
that's the thing,
the
though.
person actually.
Everybody's experience
You
is
might get a
different
job,
on this
different
job.
job.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
this
they are
job.
just in the UK.
That job
but
board,
you might not-
I
you might not
personally
get-
feel like it's different for different people. Like everybody has different experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sure.
Like, I feel like there are people that have even been applying for a long time.
Yeah. Even to now, there are some people.
Like I was
that grab
pitying
tickets
Michael
and
when
they
Michael
go on
was
the job.
when Michael first arrived. I was doing 12 hours and I was still helping him because he didn't like I was doing 12 hours. 12 hours that wasn't enough.
You were doing 12 hours for
I was working 2 months to pay 1 month rent.
Do you know? When I know for a fact that
That's how crazy it was.
when I know for a fact that like people are still looking for a job, I went to get something at Albi's place. Like I went outside just across the road to like get something, and on coming outside, like I saw like 2 guys going to ask her like sorry, is there any job openings? I'm like, oh wow. So like people are still like
crazy,
looking for
yeah.
them and going from like, shops to shops
Yeah.
just to like get
To get a job.
a job. Like I said, man,
It's actually crazy.
It's crazy.
People are way
So,
different. It's just like the way, okay, I've been applying, and then one day I was just on my bed bored. Yeah, even while I was working initially, like, I got the job a week after I got in. But I was just bored and then I applied. 30 minutes after, the employer sent me a message and they were like, oh, we reviewed your CV and everything. When are you willing to start? I was like, oh, Monday. They were like, oh, are you willing to start the next day? And this is a city I've never been to. I said instantly, okay, yeah, I'm willing to work there. And I've never even checked how far this place is from my house. That's how desperate I was back then. I just said, yes, I'm ready to work. Yes, that's how
With the
crazy it is.
ginger.
And then I checked from my Google map and I was like 3 hours. I'm like, sure, no problem. I'll do it. Well, the money was the motivation back then. I went to this place, used Google Map, reroute everything. I got there and then it was pretty chill. Even though the work didn't last, but at least that's how it is. People have like different experience. Yeah,
And I feel like we're not talking about one thing that you guys are skipping one thing out. The application itself, when you're applying for a job, you will see like
Don't
10,
worry, don't
10
worry, don't
different
worry.
pages, like just for you to come to the end of the application.
That's the thing.
Like, and you have to do like
I think
probably like 20 other applications.
Have you ever submitted an application and immediately you are clicking submit?
Is
They are sending your
Unfortunately, like bro.
That way, okay, chill. On that unfortunately matter, you know how, like, obviously we've all applied for a couple of
Jobs,
and yeah, we know the vibes. We know the vibes. How do you guys deal with those like roles that you don't get like favorable responses? Like you have to get, oh, unfortunately your application didn't go through. How do you handle these like?
The thing is, as unfortunately is coming in, when the email from your landlord touch you, I don't want to
You
To be fair, to be fair, I cannot lie. Yeah, like something happened here. Apparently, like Jay got a job. I was also like supposed to like be on that job as well, but like he got a job and I also got the job. I didn't get the job rather. Sorry, he got the job, but I was like, what's going on here? I was coming on the bus. I was on the bus and I was just like this on. I was just like this on the bus. I was like,
when you
God, I
realize
beg,
that,
who did I offend?
The funny thing is,
It was crazy because I had bills to pay.
somebody
Bills were waiting for me.
in the company prepped the two of us for the interview.
Like it was just crazy.
I'm telling you.
I didn't tell you.
They prepped the two of us for the interview. Me,
It was mad.
immediately they got there, I didn't even wait for them to finish the question. I was giving them the answer. Giving them the answer. And the next thing, the woman just asked me, okay, submit your email. And I gave her my email. Quick, I see this thing. They've already set up portal for me. I've already logged in. I left the place. I went to wait outside. My guy was scared. He said,
You don't have to say it after the hour.
And I'm like,
You don't have to say it after the hour.
and I'm like, what do you mean they didn't give? The worst thing.
will be serious.
The worst thing, okay, let's even forget about this. Okay. The worst thing you can do to yourself in this
That's crazy.
UK is to go for an open job recruitment. Like when they just tell you, come from 16 to 21st.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get
Well, I've actually never seen those.
There are.
That one, yeah.
One that actually was.
There was one particular one. What are you saying? The line. There was one particular interview I went
Me,
for.
Dotun, and some other people.
I could remember one time here when I had to like go to this particular place here, and it was like the open, the interview and everything you talked about. And I got there, and trust me, the amount of people I saw there were more than 200.
Okay, what you need to do at
Warrington, yeah. We're literally collecting tags and taking turns. I was like, what? At this amount of people looking for a job.
Only for them to now discuss. Imagine going from here to Warrington.
Only for them to now tell you that they are sorry, they cannot collect you. It's just time.
But the case,
Imagine the amount of time
that's what I was about to talk about.
It was not just like I spent 20 minutes on the road. I spent about 2 hours on the road there about just to make it in time for the interview. And getting there, trust me.
Unfortunately,
Getting a job as a student is even harder.
It's harder.
No, I actually
See, as a student, getting a job is hard. Then getting a job that will give you that 20 hours complete
It's harder.
is even work. Yes, I was doing 12 hours and I was working 6 days a week. 2 hours per day. 2 hours per day.
I feel like I hate those shifts the most. Like
those are the worst.
My shift was
We're not any option. You just have to do it now, bro. You just have to do it.
My
Your
shift-
views are waiting.
My shift was 6 to 8 in the morning. There are days that I'll be walking to work. Subconsciously, what I'll just be dropping on my eyes. Not that I'm crying.
Tears of joy.
What I'll just be dropping on my eyes. Is this thing actually worth it? Because it was like crazy back then. Like, I'm not even going
it's
to
just
lie.
like the way I think back, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I was doing.
Let's not even talk about the day I was going to work and then snow was falling. Then I now fell. 6 a.m.
my
in the morning.
That
I was rushing so that I can clock in before my supervisor.
Later for work.
I can't fall. And then I'm like, I fall from the ground.
You don't
As I
even rush.
I just stand up, I don't look back. I was putting under my primary. I was putting under my primary. I didn't even look back. I don't face front.
You act like
Definitely.
if you look around,
No, but the thing is, not a lot of people were out. That
even if anybody's out, I'm standing up like nothing happened. You didn't see me
that's the
fall.
thing.
If I look at you, then you look at me and you be like, we know. But I'm not looking at you, so you cannot look at me like we know.
This place, they don't usually act as if anything happened. Just like the way I started, and then I was like, oh, getting 10 hours per week. 10 hours per week in a month is never going to cover my rent.
I probably should have getting up to 10 hours.
I was getting 10,
I know
10 hours per
I know
week.
someone that's working
As-
8 hours.
As Jay said, 2 hours per day, 5 days a
Do you
week.
understand?
Depends,
People are
sometimes
getting
you
2
get-
hours per day, like it's crazy.
So-
Sometimes you
per
get
day.
8 hours per week. The next week you are not getting anything.
Nothing.
You're not getting
I
anything.
sent
Nothing, bro.
I sent messages to this employer. Please help me come these hours. I got another job. Was not telling me, oh, I've gotten another shift for you. Come on.
For
you
where?
and who? Imagine,
Honest,
you know the crazy thing. You know the crazy thing. The shift did not go for me because I was like, okay, let me even see what this guy has in stock. Was not telling me. I'll go in the morning. I'll go and do 6 to 8. Then I'll go back and do 5 to 7 in the evening. Are you mad? What the fuck? Are you mad?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to bit
Off real.
Man, it's
Yeah, this topic is obviously quite deep, but like
Yeah.
we need to.
You can touch on that later.
to be honest, if we are being honest with ourselves, like the worst place you can ever find yourself in after getting a job is with an agency. Trust me, like it's not something you should be happy about when you get, oh, I've gotten a job, oh, put an agency.
Agency that will post shift. Agency will post shift 12.
At the end of the day, an agency will give you a
12,
job. You get to that job,
shift is completely
you tell you, oh, sorry, we don't need any more agency, you can go back to your house. Like after
Oh,
wasting
sorry.
money,
I was
transport.
very
And at the end of the day, no, not reimburse you or tell you, oh, we are sorry for like any inconveniences this has cost you. And at the end of the day, they will not even still be owing you on top. Like, I didn't want to like go deep into that.
We don't want to ask the company,
It was,
We don't want to ask the company, but do you understand? Like,
I went to the company whereby I just want
30 hours
3
they were
weeks.
owing me.
I just worked 3 weeks with that company and then I left. The night I was leaving, I knew I was leaving because agency staff, you get to work, they say, oh, probably you're spare.
Spare.
You get to the job and then I'm traveling 2-3 hours.
what does that spare mean?
Spare.
Like in case if somebody cancels
In case
or you
someone
cover for the
cancels,
person.
cover for the person.
Oh, so you're like,
And this is
you're like
agency.
substitute.
Yes,
for that.
Like you said,
and this is a thing whereby my company, the agency, is sending me a text whereby, oh, if you don't come up, they're going to
Remove you from the, like, you'll still even be threatening you on top, like, bro. Like,
I am getting there, traveling 2-3
Bad
hours, 2-3 hours to work, and then I'm getting there, signing in. They're like, oh, sorry, you're an agency. Like, what the fuck?
they will not tell you I'm free. And it's not even certain that at the end of
I have to
the
wait
day,
30 minutes.
you would still work that
After
night.
waiting that 30 minutes, yeah, and then they're telling, oh, everybody, you have to go home.
You have to go back home.
And
And it's not even certain that you'll be able to even get
Yeah.
a bus back home or
This is
even
not,
catch up with
it's
the
not
train.
about certain. I know that I'm not getting
I
the bus
am
back home.
done.
So I have to book Uber. Uber over 40-50 quid back home.
For
You have to
Coming,
get
coming.
this money.
Bro,
Which
I have
money
the
you have?
money. I have the money now.
Yes.
I have the money now. Then I didn't have the money.
Bad on it, bad on it. That's the money
You know,
now.
I have the money
You know,
now.
when you first enter this country will literally humble you.
Shaggy.
She know how it will be. I'll get home there. I'll just say, "Shh, that I'm tired of this place."
This country has such
Talking about you're tired of this place. Like I remember when I was like chasing my agency for
For work.
what did you say work?
Yeah,
for my money.
Oh yeah.
For my money, they were owing me.
It was
For the money I worked for.
was crazy.
It was crazy because
The thing is, this topic you are actually going into,
bro.
I think every one of us
It was so
has,
crazy.
every one of us has our individual.
Bro, like imagine
It's only crazy.
imagine working a
30
night shift.
hours.
Imagine working a night shift.
Michael will finish around 6. It's probably 6 a.m. or
I'm supposed to
something.
go and go and
Home to
sleep.
rest. Michael will
No,
tell me
Michael,
that.
this story is so deep.
Michael will tell me that.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
I'm heading to. this office.
I have to
meet
go
them-
back again
to meet them to
to
collect
my
my
former
money.
working place just remind them about the money they are owing.
That Michael's own was crazy.
That was crazy.
They almost,
Bro.
I
they
was
almost
sleeping.
swapped my money too now. My holiday pay.
Oh my
180.
days.
But yeah.
180 cool.
Like
bro.
it's crazy,
That
man.
was
Like
crazy.
We've actually, there are a lot of questions
Yeah.
that we've not asked.
We've
But
deviated a lot.
we've kind of gone past.
There's no way we are actually going to like talk
No,
about
honestly,
stuff
yeah,
and
I feel like
not
this will
solid.
this topic
Straight,
is
you
we'll
understand?
go and come back.
Yeah, I
I
think
like-
this topic is something
It
to have at that time.
is,
Yeah.
we can't
finish it with episode 1.
Honestly, yeah.
We'll go and come back.
I feel like we'll round up in a bit.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with anybody watching or listening. Your experiences, you know the way they say salvation is personal.
yeah.
Wallah, your
Yeah,
experience is
it's
personal.
personal. Trust me, like
You.
mine to me was personal.
Honestly, yeah, just we'll get into that.
I think we're going to have an episode for my case.
For me alone.
Because trust me, if I start to list all my problems,
No, that's why we don't want to start. That's why we want to start.
Bro.
Michael's own is crazy.
like bro,
You should write a
what I'm
book.
saying.
You should write a book
He's gonna
on
write a book.
like
Yeah.
even from like
Chapter
the beginning of his journey
To this point.
to transition into the UK.
I know that you
It
guys
was rough. Jeez.
I know that you guys are looking at him right now. For those of you that will be watching, like,
Yeah, you look at him that
they
he's
probably look at him and be like,
Banker, the fresh.
That's
on
my man she saw his visa.
He did
But
drop tears.
he dropped tears. Senior man dropped tears.
that's for real,
That
bro.
was
Like I was literally crying. Like I
That was for you
I
to
was
know.
like,
You know how many times they give her breakfast? Don't collect breakfast.
now let me know it's in my eye, don't see.
When we're in uni, Michael said he go visa house. I was like, Michael's going to leave us.
that
Michael will be sending us stuff from the UK.
that episode with
I didn't know that bro was coming back to come and free with us. Where are you going?
Come back here.
Bro, trust me, like,
yeah.
like it was really crazy.
Because you'll be doing Wagwan by now.
Let's just ask, like we've said, or like we've all shared our experiences, or
Yeah.
parts of our experiences, yeah.
Sure.
But would you? We have a family member, you have a friend that's trying to like obviously process his relocation, her relocation. What is your advice to newcomers, so to speak?
Advice to newcomers. Number 1, as I always say, that entry and exit plan. Because forget how all of us we are chasing
The bag.
passport and bag. These people will still tell you that you should go back to your country.
At the end of the day,
At the end of the day, they'll still tell you go back to your country.
Like,
So as
bro.
you're thinking of coming in, you should have like a plan, like a solid plan of how you are going to
You should just have a plan.
do
So
whatever
how
you
you
want
set
to
yourself.
do in this country. Then, go back.
You guys have
You
G.
get-
Just told
so
you guys.
that's like the major thing. Once you have a plan, a roadmap, you will not have issues. with this
roadmap.
country.
I actually like that word. Keyword roadmap.
Once you have a roadmap, I don't think you have any issue with this country.
For those of you that don't understand the concept of roadmaps, you have ChatGPT.
Shut up,
You
nah.
have serious.
Shows your
Yeah,
advice.
so speaking of what you said, it wouldn't make sense, bro.
I feel like that's
say-
very key.
Yeah, I
Roadmap.
say everything entry and exit point.
Like,
But
how
the case
do
is- but the case is before you
This
even
guy, I
get,
know they are saying entry and exit point, but what they are saying is have a plan.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
before you-
Solid, not just have a plan,
Solid
but
plan.
a very solid one that you must follow. You know, if you just say you have a plan, you have a plan. This country will shake your plan,
Yeah.
but when your plan is solid, as the country is shaking it,
Yeah, I just.
you can always have like a backup. That's why your plan has to be solid. Okay, if this one doesn't work out, I'll
Yeah,
fall back
yeah.
to this one. And I will not advise anybody to sell property and come here. Hey,
After how?
Jesus, Lord.
After how? Ojú
Anything your eyes see in this place. Well, depending, if your plan is
you can
concrete,
work-
like you have
can work for
something.
you. You can work on for you.
Let's say you have like
People are
something,
different.
because the market here is, I feel like the market here is broad than it is in
Yeah.
Nigeria. Do you get? So if you have like it's still under the whole planting. If your plan is like very solid and
Yeah.
okay, you have like something you want to like start up when you get here. Obviously now you make the bar now. you make the plan. But as you are planning your entry, be planning your
Plan
exit too.
your-
Because tomorrow these people can tell you that you should go
Make
back to
way.
where you
Yeah,
are
man,
coming
no.
Mark
No
your
time.
Yeah.
Well, for me, yeah, I feel like I just have like two things, like real quick. Number one, get a skill. They don't need to tell somebody, or in the name of, oh, I'm looking for a job, I'm looking for a job. If you have a skill, let's say, for example, like you're an hairdresser, like
You should
you're a
walk.
barber,
I will not lie,
you
if
should be
you
able
are-
to at least do something for yourself, or like, you know, try and like build up something for yourself.
Yeah, no.
Pending the time you're looking for a job
Probably cook
to,
or
you know,
anything.
pay your bills. Like even if it's cooking, like just get something, you know, you can do pending the time like you get a job. And secondly, Dior. I'm not talking about like Dior Savage and the like. So
Yeah.
do your own research. Share research that hotel, Bessie, flights, get on board. Do your own
I don't think
and
I don't think there's any YouTube video.
I'm sorry, like last one, like
I know, like, this is the issue. You're stingy.
I'm not being stingy. I'm just trying to like educate our people. Like trust me. But number three, don't give your money to any agent. Toba lo
He's
call
talk-
for
he's talk-
agent.
he's talking from experience.
If you give your money to an agent, trust
He's
me.
talking from
At the end of the day, it's you that will cry. You.
Agent Mark,
Word.
Agents will take your money and travel to the UK on your behalf.
I want to
On your
buttress.
behalf.
I want to buttress.
So don't
Michael
give your money. Do your. That's why I said Dior. Dior means do your own research. Cause trust me, at the
You
end
guys have
of the day,
learned a new slang.
Omo,
D-Y-O-R.
I want to
DYOR, do your own research. Is Dior.
I want to buttress Michael's point. I want to buttress Michael's point. When Michael is talking about learning skill, please, we have more than enough barber in this country.
And they tell you,
Yeah.
don't go.
Don't
It's just an example. It's just an example. It's just an example.
Number one, anything that has to do with interior
Yeah.
of an house, let's
It's
say
just-
painting,
Yes.
plumbing,
Yeah.
and
There are
stuff
other
like
things.
that. Those are the kind of skills.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of
There are
skills you
so
should
many
learn.
things you
Yeah.
can do. Like window blind service day.
These are our street alone. You know how many babies are going to
Like bro.
We have so many babies.
Overall
alone
best in
already.
skills, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
basta.
So if we are talking about skill, just
Yeah,
learn.
that's just an example though. Like to be fair, it's just an
what
example.
would you
my
have
advice
for
to anybody coming here.
newcomers?
Before coming, as I was saying, get your money for like accommodation.
This guy is just so focused on money. You
Ah.
can understand.
You have to have that money because trust me,
Get your
like
money
have
for
your money.
accommodation.
you can have a plan and your plan will shift here in the UK. Trust
Get
me,
your
like,
money
you
and
can
then
have a
Have
plan
money
already.
Yeah.
that will not allow your plan shift.
Yeah. So probably if you get
Even if your plan shifts, your money will cover up for your
if you get
whatever.
accommodation for like
So-
let's say 2-3 months, it will like cover the grace of you searching for a job because obviously you said like you'll not sit and be relaxed. You get a job and everything, and obviously you're not sitting to like stay in this,
I just got an idea.
country. Do you understand? You get a job and then you be able to like survive and your living expenses and everything. You get it sorted till when you're done and till when you want to leave. Well, obviously you get a plan. You not say obviously you're just selling everything in your own country and then thinking you're coming here.
You think you're coming here to make good life?
Yeah, so-
Ajay, you will run and chase the boss.
Like-
By the time you miss your boss like twice.
like
I've chased boss a lot of time.
based on what Jay said in the beginning, like
Yeah.
I think one thing I have to buttress on is communication.
Yeah.
Communication is very. You need
Yeah.
to speak to other people. Like
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to follow their plan because whatever works for you.
You
might
need
not
to
work for
converse
you.
actually.
But you have to like
You can't say you're
converse
going to
with
stay
people,
in
learn from
you
their
can't stay not
experience,
in this
learn
country.
from their experience,
And trust
and
me,
then try
like-
to work on that.
Sorry to like cut you short,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
If you are trying to like, gather your information and all of that,
Yeah.
then if you like feel like you have like a friend in the UK and all of that, and you're trying to like, buzz him and all or and guy, what's up now? What's up with this UK thing? And he or she's not giving you an answer to whatever.
Share query.
Go to YouTube and look for extra like there are a lot of videos
Yeah,
on YouTube that
videos
you
online,
can, you
yeah.
can
I don't think-
work with.
I don't think there's any video on YouTube I didn't watch back then.
Jide,
Like, my mom
his mom says
my mom was like, "What's wrong with you?"
Your own has small.
Like, I'll be watching Mom C's car and I'll be playing YouTube video early in the morning.
Alright, guys,
That's
real quick, yeah.
Yeah.
So we the advice that we giving.
Yeah.
And so for those of you that were paying attention, I really hope you were paying attention.
Yeah.
But basically, I think the main one of the main points that we made were to have a plan.
Yeah.
Ideally, I don't see why you'll be moving about life generally without a plan.
Trust me, some people are desperate.
No, I hear it, but
Some people are
like,
desperate.
no, it's not even about. It's not desperate.
A lot of
Some people just want to move.
I feel like if you don't have a plan, like, what's the essence to your life?
No.
Like, no.
The thing is, some people will be like, when I get there, I will rough it.
Hold on, let me.
This country will rough,
Bro,
Can you
talking about when I get there, you
Country
rough it.
will
I've seen a lot of comments on like
Michael, please, can
people
you
saying
hold on?
people saying stuff like when I get there, I'll rough. When I get there, I'll rough it. By the time school, we rough you.
This country.
The advice we have for you. Honestly, I'm just going to rush you real quick. Have a plan. If you like, don't have a plan. It's really your business. We've helped you.
Yeah.
But have a plan.
Yeah.
Guys, learn to ask questions. Honestly, I feel like a lot of us are very proud to ask questions. You don't know.
I feel like
At the end of the day, you don't know. So ask a question.
We are trying. This country will suffer.
Honestly, I know this.
The bills in this country is very bold. It's not shy.
Don't worry, they will know. You will see it.
they don't need to tell somebody.
Like, to actually tell you.
Actually evidence.
I feel like the church advice, like, this one, you get as a B, but have money.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, you can't
We
relocate without having something. At the end of the day, you're just going to
Yeah.
be putting yourself in a tough spot. So do what you can to raise enough. Like, at the end of the day, have a plan. Because if you have a plan, you already have a budget in mind. Like, okay, I need so amounts. Like Oba said, like, you want to stay, you have 2 months, you already have an idea of how much you're going to be paying as rent, how much like you'll be spending per month, and all these things is still part of planning. So have a plan and to help your budget.
It's not easy to get money, but yeah.
We know the situation. We've all experienced Nigeria to a certain degree, so we know the vibes. But you just can't help it. You need to have a certain level of financial security.
Yeah.
Relocating to a new country, whether it's the UK, the US, Australia, Canada.
Even if it's Ghana.
Even if it's Ghana, you need
money, I tell you, yeah.
Even if it's South Africa, you need some
Anywhere
level
you
of
are,
financial backing.
anywhere you are
So
going
just
to.
like hustle, bro.
One thing, pay as much as you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
The tuition
yeah.
fee as
That
well.
was what I really wanted to say.
There's
And
that.
Tuition fee, pay as much as you can before you get in.
Exactly.
see, I would even advise you. See, my advice is that you pay everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you focus more.
If you can.
You focus more in class.
If you
Pay
can,
as
you
much as you
should.
can before you get in.
And
Anybody
if-
I'm doing an application for, I tell them, pay as much as you can before you get in.
And if you know that you can't pay as much as you can, please don't think of coming in September.
But
Yeah.
we're not going to tell you that, Sha, because
Because if you come September, there's no way
all
to
will be
make
in your
money.
head.
Your widow will be bent.
There's no way to make money.
January into
Your widow will be
Oh,
bent.
yeah,
You've heard it from us
These
first.
boys made big bag.
Going on.
Yeah,
We're just sticking to it. Just
this is Talk on Top.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming to today's episode.
Thank you for joining
listening.
our
If you're
rants.
listening to this point,
Gang shit.
shout
As
out-
if you listen
shout
to
out
this
you,
point,
man.
you're a real MVP.
Shout out to you, man.
Great
We
MVP.
really
Shout out to
appreciate
you.
you guys, but we'll catch you in the next
We are just
one.
starting out. It's nothing official. We are just
Please support us.
sharing our
Support the
experience.
brand.
We're not begging, but we're begging.
We're begging. We're not begging, but
Like,
we get pride
share,
in small.
Like, share, and
Yeah,
subscribe.
exactly. All of that shit.
please follow our social media platforms as well.
Thank
See you guys in the next one.
Signing out.
My co-host,
Wagwan gang.
Wagwan Gang.